Something unusual is happening right now, both inside people and in the world around us, and the two processes are reflecting each other almost perfectly. Many people can feel it, but very few can explain it. For a long time, life functioned through a quiet agreement. We played certain roles, believed certain stories, trusted certain structures, and moved through the world within those boundaries. Most of the time, we didn't question them deeply because the system of agreements made life feel stable. But something has begun to shift. Across many different areas of life, people are starting to sense that parts of the reality they participated in required them not to look too closely. The roles they played, the narratives they accepted, the systems they trusted, many of them depended on a kind of collective blindness. Not malicious blindness, just the quiet human habit of not examining things that keep life functioning smoothly. But once someone begins to see clearly, something irreversible happens. It isn't dramatic. There is no single moment where a curtain drops and everything changes. The shift is quieter than that. A pattern becomes visible. A contradiction becomes impossible to ignore. A story that once made sense suddenly feels thin. And once that recognition settles in, the mask people wore to move comfortably through the world no longer fits. This is where the real tension begins. Because life was built inside those agreements. Relationships were formed inside them. Communities, institutions, identities. All of it relied on the same shared understanding of reality. When someone begins to see differently, they don't just gain insight. They lose the ability to participate in the old story in the same way. That moment requires something most people were never taught how to do. Stand quietly in what they see. Not aggressively, not with the need to convince anyone. Simply with the internal refusal to pretend they don't know what they now know. This is the birth of sovereignty. And it is happening not just within individuals, but across the collective field as well. Look at the world right now. Institutions that once relied on unquestioned trust are being examined more closely. Narratives that once held broad agreement are fracturing. Communities are renegotiating what they believe and where they stand. From a distance, it can look like chaos. But psychologically, it resembles something else entirely. It resembles a collective version of the same process individuals are experiencing. The removal of masks, the drawing of boundaries, and the slow lifting of a veil. Perceptual shifts rarely happen all at once. They move through people unevenly, quietly, and sometimes painfully. Some recognize the change immediately. Others resist it with everything they have. But once someone truly sees something, they cannot return to seeing the world exactly as they did before. The veil does not fall dramatically. It dissolves. And once it does, both the individual and the collective face the same task: learning how to live with clearer eyes. That is the threshold many people are standing on now. Not the collapse of reality, but the moment when clarity becomes irreversible.